Alright, Homesteader family, welcome back to the journey. Thank you for being a part of the journey, and don't forget to share the journey. So, welcome to this edition of the Sunday Monday vlog. We've got a whole bunch of stuff in store. This will probably be the longest, most packed Sunday Monday vlog I've ever done. So, I'm going to cover all different stuff. This is going to be the talking portion. I'm going to do the drawing in a second. Then I'm going to show you the different smoke from the fires going on here right down the road from me. When I say right down the road, I'm talking like 30 miles away. So no worries about the ranch burning up. I'm going to take you into the shipping container where we have new life. I'm going to talk about what I'm picking up on Tuesday. And then for all the animal lovers out there that have been asking me repeatedly to do some animal videos with music like I used to do all the time, that will be a part of it. It's going to be a jam-packed session for this Sunday Monday vlog, so stay tuned. So first thing of business, because all my subscribers always throw out ideas, they throw out names for the drawings. One of my friends, one of the YouTube viewers, part of the family, has asked me to ask the community for an idea on a name. So she has an animal massage parlor type thing she's doing for physical therapy for animals, and she's trying to come up with a really good name, a catchy name, something that's going to draw business. So for those of you out there that always comment, I ask that you throw out a good name for her massage therapy for the animals, ideas for her, and I'll get those names to her, and I'll let you guys know if she picks out a name, what name she picks, etc., etc. So we're going to go to the drawing now for the 3 black goats I picked up last Sunday. So I only got 5 people that threw in. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't have my little bowl. So we're going to use my handy dandy hat with the numbers. And for those of you that don't know, the last one that's in the hat is who the name's going to be. So we're going to draw that up real good. Shake it up. And number 4. And of course I don't have my Sharpie either, so I had to use a pen. So the name won't be Molly, Ollie, and Jolly. That was number 4. So you can see I swiped out number 4. Alright. The next one, as they all stick together, is number 3. So that won't be Mona, Shorty, or Dante. So that is gone. Finally, I have some names for the goats so I can keep saying Billy, or stop saying Billy. Number 5, which is Curly, Larry, and Mo. So we're down to those 2 options. So let's see, who's it going to be? Not going to be number 1. So that's Lady Bells, Hank, and Waylon. So the name for the mom will be Cora. The dad is Jim Bob. And the baby is Lasso. So there's the drawing. Of course, last number in the hat, number 2. So now I got names for the goats. So that's over and done with. So it's been a long week. I've been hauling materials still. Picked up the fence staples. Picked up a couple other things. I have 1 pallet of feed that's paid for. I still need to pick up. But the grain silo is packed right now. So until I get rid of some feed, I'm not going to quite pick up the pallet of feed yet. On top of that, I'm not sure what all I've covered last week or how everything's been going. So I'm just going to go over everything. If I went over it last Sunday, Monday vlog, or Friday, or Wednesday, whatever, I apologize. But it's just hectic until we get to winter when everything calms down. So I had a litter of piglets. I signed a $65,000 plus contract to get the shell of the house built. So they are supposed to bring the equipment up either Monday or Tuesday and start working on it Wednesday. So progress is being made quick. Survey people are coming out between September 30th and October 4th. I got a bulldozer coming October 8th. And as soon as the property is surveyed, the fencing company will be here. So for whatever reason, time feels like it's molasses climbing up an iceberg in negative 100 degree weather, because these days are going so slow trying to get to the fencing being complete. It feels like October just never wants to get here. Every day I'm out trying to pass time, doesn't happen. So I got most of the fence placed all throughout. I will readjust the fencing, the rolls, the T-posts and everything once I know where my property lines are. I kept everything farther away, so I'll just have to move it up to the property line once it's marked. But I didn't want to get it off the property or too far or whatever, so I'll deal with that later. And then the big thing that's happening is Tuesday, tomorrow, Monday, you'll see this video Monday, they're supposed to be getting a bill of sale through the Brenna inspector because I had picked up 5 baby, oh man, that's going to annoy me. So hold on one second. Let me turn the heat off. That goes to show you, thermostat's set at 60 right now. So that means the camper just went below 60 degrees. And I have the heating blanket in the bed, so that is keeping me nice and toasty. Therefore, I don't need the heater set as high as what I used to have it set around 74 to 76 last year. So we're going to get that just a minute. I'm going to drink this nice hot coffee while that shuts down so you can hear me completely. Didn't even think about that. But it's a good thing because the other night I forgot to turn that on and I woke up to the camper being at 48 degrees. So it was a bit chilly. So I'm glad I remembered today. Just didn't think about with this video because it's like 11 o'clock at night. And I was going to go to bed early and then I'm like, shoot, I totally forgot to do the Sunday, Monday vlog. So I have to get that done. And of course, now this heater wants to take forever to shut off because that's what happens when you do a semi-live stream type video where I don't edit things out. So of course, that won't be edited out, so you're going to hear that. Thankfully, it shut down. So, I went on Craigslist. I found 5 Scottish Highlander calves. It's 2 females, 2 castrated males, and 1 intact bull. So if they had the bill of sale through the brand inspector by Monday, then I'll be headed out Tuesday morning. It's about 5.5 hours with the trailer to get there and turn around and come back. So Tuesday's going to be a long day of that. And that is pretty much it on the new stuff going on around here. I think a couple of my pigs are going to be having more litters because the guy, Dean, that I bought the camel and everything through, I showed him video with the animals, and he pointed out 2 pigs that were pregnant that are due soon. So I may be having a pig farm when I was just joking about it before. Now it's really coming to fruition. So that's what's going to be going on. Spots the donkey, she's due any day. I mean, she waddles and waddles, so who knows. Chloe, the little puppy, she went to her new home on Thursday. So she is gone. So I'm down to Mickey, Minnie, which I'll breed again this upcoming summer. and then Max from the first litter and Mr. Chubbs from the second litter. So I'm down to 4 dogs, and I'll probably be keeping a puppy from the next litter next year. And hopefully the builder says he believes he can have everything done in a month and a half. So if he can get everything done in a month and a half, I should be moved in before Christmas. Hopefully before Thanksgiving, but we'll find out. But like the title of this video I came up with is because I want to touch on a couple things. And that is, it's the Monday vlog, the SMV, Why We Really Homestead. And this is the like touchy part on what people don't really talk about. And you don't see it too much. And there's a lot of emotions and things that are out there in the world that gets to people. And that's like the video I did the other day talking about how I lost $125,000. And I've had messages, you know, am I like torn up about it? You know, am I suicidal? You know, all different stuff. How could I live with losing that type of money? And the fact of it is, when we're long gone, you can't take the money with you. And there's no point to have the money sitting in a bank account, because that money sitting in a bank account doesn't make me happy. The animals make me happy. Like the Scottish Highlanders. I've been waiting 2 years to find ones that I really wanted that weren't $2,000 a cow. And I finally found them. I'm getting them for a steal, less than half of what they go for. And it's just, you know, this is why I homestead. This is why a lot of people homestead, because it brings such happiness. The gardening, the orchards, the animals, just everything about it. It's such a relaxing, peaceful life. You don't have cars honking horns all the time. You don't have ambulances and fire trucks and police sirens. You don't have people breaking in your house. You don't have the crime, the drugs, the trash, the pollution. It's just a wholesome way of life. And that's why we homestead. And these are the reasons why we homestead. Like the other day, I wake up, go out, and have a litter of piglets. And soon I'll wake up and have a baby donkey. And next year, maybe wake up and have a baby camel. And it's just these things that are just amazing. And then all the different visitors I have coming here. And the channel has broken 1,800 viewers or subscribers. I think I'm up to 1,840 or 1,830, something like that. I have over 600,000 views on the channel now, mainly due to that one firewood video that has well over 400,000. So that's the bulk of my channel. So in reality, in 3 years, I only really had 200,000 views on all my other videos. But it's amazing to me that I was doing this in the beginning just for me, to be able to look back at my life and see how my life has changed from the hardships I've gone through and things I've talked about in my past to today, to next week when I got my cattle, and when the whole property's fenced, and then when I'm moving into my house and I'm decorating for my first Christmas here on the ranch, and opened the petting zoo, and I'm a little congested because of all the smoke, which you'll see shortly. But it's just the whole part of homesteading that just, this is the life I love. And losing money doesn't mean anything. I mean, it hurts because I would like to buy that male camel for $19,000. I would like to get more stuff done. But that's a risk I took. That's what happens. So you got to look at the positive sides. And the positive side to me is I've been homeless before. I lost everything in 2011, as most people have seen in my videos prior. And I slept in a hobo tent. Had no money to rub together. Didn't have a shower. Didn't have running water. And that's like my neighbor came today and she said she couldn't believe that I've lived this long without running water. She would have fixed the camper up and figured out a way to have running water. And I started thinking, and that brought me back to 2011 when I was homeless the first time. This is a big upgrade. I'm in a camper trailer. I have heat. I have air. I have electricity. I have the internet. I didn't have that when I was homeless before. So to lose 125,000, yeah, it's a big punch in the gut. And, you know, stresses me out a little bit, even though I really don't get stressed. But the thing is, I've lost everything before. I've been homeless before. And I can't be any worse than I was in 2011 unless I have major health issues. And that's what everybody has to think about. Yeah, the more money you make, the more stuff you can accomplish. But then when you have 125,000 disappear overnight, it hurts even more than losing that $2 because your mind's set to the higher ratio. And you just got to think positive. You got to see how much you have versus being back in a hobo tarp tent like I was. I mean, look, I had the ranch now. I still owe a lot of money on the ranch. I still owe a lot of money on the tractor. But I'm down to, I think, $111,000 now on what I owe. Everything else is paid for. My trailers I paid for. The campers paid for. So worst case scenario, I have all this stuff that I can sell and make money if I need the money. But I won't be back in a hobo tent because this camper is better than a hobo tent and it's paid for. It can't go nowhere. I own it. And I just want people to start thinking positive. I see so much stuff on Facebook and social media on how everybody's having such a horrible day, horrible week, horrible life. And yet they have a roof over their head. They have a car. They have a job. Or if they don't have a job, they've got some source of income. And you got to look. You're not in a hobo tent. You're not living underneath a bridge. You are having somewhat of a life. And then for those of you that have money, you should consider getting out the rat race, getting out into the country, or go on a sailboat, or go to a private island, or do what makes you happy. We only live this one life. And this life is very, very limited. As people have seen with different animals I have lost. You know, yes, they have a good life for the life that they live here. But you never know what can happen. Just like Mama Mia, in a blink of an eye, 9 months old, just disappear. So, think positive and appreciate the time that you have and don't take stuff for granted. So, with that, I'm going to click on with animals and different things throughout what I've been filming. And hope everybody has a great week. I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Excuse me. All right, Homesteader family, welcome back to the journey. Thank you for being part of the journey. And don't forget to share the journey. So, I've got a journey for you guys. I woke up this morning, came out here to feed the animals. I'm in here in the one shipping container. I'm going to flip the camera around, and I'm going to show you what the homestead has brought me. So, homesteads have losses, but they also have new presents. So stay tuned. Be right back. All right, so figure I'll show you guys some of the chickens in here hanging out. I got to get some new straw because I cleaned out the buckets. You can see there's still a little dirt in them, but I got to get some new straw for them. But Petunia right here would not come out to eat this morning. So I had to bring food into her. So I didn't know what was going on. I was calling for her, and then I heard her moving around. Well, this is what happened on the homestead. Booyah! A bunch of little sausages, all born. So we have, I think, 9 of them all together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 right there coming around. So she's got 9 of them. The males have tried to come in a couple times, and she's keeping the other pigs out of here. So I went ahead, I put a bunch of food down here for her. And she's being a good mama's. And this is what happens on the homestead. So there may be rough days on the homestead, but then there's good days on the homestead. And this is a really, really good day. So I went from 11 pigs with 9 new babies to now I am up to 20 pigs. So I almost doubled my number of pigs overnight. So, and I got to get her off of that one pig. So I'll be talking to you guys later. Okay, so I'm headed back up to my truck with Mr. Chubbs here. And he wasn't paying attention. And we walked right up on this little baby garter snake. So we don't really have snakes up here, but I have had a garter snake in the pond. So the snake's not that big. You can see it with my boot. It's not big at all. And he just isn't paying attention. I walked him around a couple times. He don't care. Snake doesn't care. But I'm going to go ahead and touch him just to get him off the road so he doesn't get ran over. And just another wonderful thing to see while being out here in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so I'm going to show you, this is one of the loads that my neighbor from the log cabin has brought over. And this is one of 3 loads that she brought over this week. Alright, Homesteader family. So, as everybody knows, last year Petunia had a litter of piglets. But because I didn't have the big shelters together, the boars had gotten most of the babies. And I saved one, and then that one ended up drowning herself. Well, I'm going to flip it around, the camera. I'll be right back with you. So, I was shocked. Petunia was keeping all the pigs out, but she allowed Porky in here last night, I guess. So I woke up, that's chicken poop on her side right there, from the chickens on the roost. But all 9 piglets are still doing good. And she's laying in here, allowing Porky in here. And with me talking now, she's getting restless, so. But I'm happy. All 9 piglets are doing good. And Porky's being a good daddy, making sure they ain't getting turned into edible sausages right away. He's going to let them grow into little hams. So, just a little bit of animal time. Look at all them little piglies. Piggly wigglies. Okay, so I'm coming up here to move the shelters here in the evening, and you can see all that smoke over in the mountains. That's out by Salida. There's a couple different fires going, and it is starting to ramp up tonight. And you'll see tomorrow's videos, it gets even worse than that. So stay tuned. I'll be right back with some more footage. So this is Barry's Den on the right here in Texas Creek. I'm on Highway 50 going west towards Cotopaxi, and just wanted to show you the big thing of smoke coming from Salida. This is the following day, and it is getting worse and worse and worse. So I'm going to get up the road a little bit, and then I'll show you a little more. Okay, so you can see I'm going closer to Cotopaxi, and the clouds getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and just growing with time. So I'll do some video when I get up to the ranch. Okay, so this is the Cotopaxi school. I figured I'd just show you how red and hazy the sky is becoming. I don't know what it got into, but this fire is ripping and roaring with this wind. All right, well, I'm out here with the dogs, feeding all the animals. And look at that mountain. You see how smoky that back mountain is? See that smoke up throughout there? Oh, look at this junk. It is smoky beyond belief. So I got everybody fed. I'm going in. And it's just horrible. All this smoke coming from Salida. So I just got done doing some stuff. I'm going to get inside. And then I'll get on and make the talk about speech. But you can see, I mean, that is just horrible on how bad that smoke's blowing in right now. So I'll be right back with you guys.